In this series of videos, we're going to take a look at what's new in the fall 2016 release of EvolveFM. The new device-independent user interface gets you most of the functionality of EvolveFM from virtually any browser on any device. You can be logged into either or both user interfaces at the same time. Just click on the browser session you want to use and work with your data. Over the next couple of release cycles, we'll continue to add components and functions to the new user interface, which we are calling XM. The old user interface, we're calling this one Classic, will be available for quite a while, so you can migrate to it at your own pace. Certain components of EvolveFM still need to be migrated to the new XM device-independent format, and are thus currently only available in Classic. These include reporting, moves, platform administration, and organizational structure, as well as the administrative components of the maintenance module. All the ones circled in red in the Classic login screen above. First, we'll take a look at a couple of features we added to the Asset module. So here we've logged into the Assets module in EvolveXM, and we're going to take a look at a couple of things we've added to the feature set here. First is, and I'll use one of the new search tools to illustrate that. First thing I'm going to do is I'm coming over here and I'm clicking on Asset Name because that's the item I want to search on. And you notice the asset name appears in the search box down here. Then I'm going to click on the letter A, and that's going to show me all the assets that have A as the lead letter in their name. In this case, I have an air handler right here that I'm interested in. And so I am going to double click on this air handler to open the record. And just to keep things a little clearer, I'm going to stretch this out so I can see all the tabs on the work order. And keep in mind the features we're showing you here are only available on the new XM screen, not on the Classic screen. So this work order tab that you're seeing here is a feature of XM. So if you want to be able to add work orders to an asset, you're going to need to be in the XM module to do that. So given that bit of information, you can see that now I have a work orders tab, and if I click on it, a couple of things I can see all the work orders and their statuses that exist for this particular asset. And if I want to create a new work order, all I need to do is come over here and click on the new button, and lo and behold, I will have a open work order form that I can use to fill out and start a work order that can get routed to whoever it needs to get something done to this particular asset. Now in this case, I'm going to cancel that, and I'm going to move over to the attribute section here, and in fact I'm going to close this record. So now I'm back looking at my assets screen, and I'm still looking at all the assets that have an A as the first letter in their asset name. And I'm going to now show you another new feature we added. This is called the copy asset. So here I've got an air handler. In fact, I've tried this once already, so you can see I've got a 100 copy here. So if I click on copy here, it's going to make a copy of this record and identify it as a copy, so that I can now, if I've got a second air handler that's really just like one that I've already got in my asset list, I can simply make a copy of it, change the items in the record that need to be changed. Could be relative to, obviously I changed the name, copy to something else. Property building floor might be different. Certainly the details on the asset as far as purchase date and warranty and install date and all that would be different. But I make all those changes, I save the asset, and obviously this speeds up the process by which I can duplicate an asset and get it into inventory and make it useful. This is really useful for things like workstations and maybe fire extinguishers. Lots of things that I may have a lot of that or I've added a few, and I want an easy way to get those new records into my asset database. And so these are the two new features that we added to the asset module in EvolveFM in the fall 2016 release. Hope you find them useful. EvolveFM, everything you need, nothing you don't.